schakelen over op het Engels, want we hebben wat Engelse gasten. Welkom everybody. We're very proud that so many people came today. For those who do not know me, I'm Lars Fasten. I started this company, our company, 8 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a day of firsts. It is a day of first because it's the very first time that we have opened our office for all of you today. And until last night, we've been working really hard to get everything ready. So we are also very happy today that journey has come to an end. We've taken almost 12 months to refurbish the whole office. It's also a day of first because our first real client is here today. This is Mr. Oostering.
I'm still alive.
You can see you can buy from us and you will not die. In any case, when I started 8 years ago for my home, for my attic, Hans was one of the first that really believed in what we were doing, and he also spent a lot of time to give us business and invest in setting up production. At that time, Hans, we also traveled to China a couple of times, and I learned a lot of valuable lessons together with Hans, so it's always nice to share some of those. For one, the first one we learned is that yes is not always yes, but it's more often no or maybe. We also learned that if you have a contract or you want to do something and get it really done, then pushing the European way is not always the best way. But once you go singing karaoke or getting really drunk, it's solved. That were good memories, and without any doubt, with that effort that Hans also put in our company, without any stake in it, or but just as a friend, we would have not been here today. So I really want to thank Hans for that. Thank you very much. Today is also day first because we are going to give you something when you go home today, and that is produced with a shape that all of us thought was 2 months ago impossible. I have it in my hand here, and it's also produced with a new production technique, which is a 3D printer that most of you have seen running. And I come back to that later, but it is nice that we pulled that off in only 2 months, and we're also very proud of that. Besides it's the day first, it's also a day of lasts. It is without any doubt the last time that Jalmar, my brother and also a good friend, will ever let me make him speak in English and in public to you together. Keep your camera ready. And we will have a lot of fun. For those who do not know Jalmar is our sales director. He's also a shareholder of our company since last year, and we've been working together for the last 4 years. And I mentioned he's my brother, and I'm happy that we can work together and we have a lot of fun together. And we now have a new office here in Hoorn, and actually both of us grew up in Hoorn, and whenever I drive up to the office or go down in the evening or go home in the evening, I pass familiar sites, I come by places we've all been playing when we were little, and it brings back some memories. And one of those memories is that Jalmar was always playing outside. He was always playing football or soccer, basketball, mainly team sports and outside. I was inside. I was playing with Lego and Fischer technique, which is 1 or 2 friends, so it is a big resemblance between the both of us. And still today in our company you can see that difference is that I most of the time have to take care of the technical details, production side, and Jalmar's outside with our customers. So it's nice to see that there. Jalmar's quite a social guy. There's another point that you can recognize his social ability from, that he can get things done in an unusual way. And one of those memories that came back to me the other day is, Jalmar, that you actually were going to fail high school because he could not pass his Dutch course. And all of a sudden he passed his Dutch course, and we were, Jalmar, how did you do that? Because he had obviously not been studying that much, as he was always outside. And later we found out that he had been playing tennis with his Dutch teacher all summer. And that was really fun to see, and it shows that Jalmar is a creative guy and also a social guy, and gets things done in a social manner. When we were making this speech, we also spoke to our parents, who are also here today, somewhere. Without them, we would also not be here. And we said, do we have a lot of fights, or is there a nice story that we can share with the people? And basically they said, no, you always got along quite well, and you played well together. And you have quite complementary personalities, and I think that makes it good for us to work together in our business, and also makes our business more successful than at least I would have done it alone. So I really appreciate that. And I want to give the word to Jalmar, and I wonder, Jalmar, you also think that we have complementary personalities?
So, there we go. So, welcome all, everybody, also in the name of me. Lars was speaking about complementary personalities. Basically, I think we have that indeed. Lars is always making a fight with our customers, and I have to clean up the mess. It's quite a hard time. A more serious example that shows that we quite complement to each other is that Lars, the creative one, is of our two. Believe it or not, but every day he's coming over with new ideas. It could be in our work with the products we work with, but also in the way he wants to organize and wants to manage things. So he's really the creative one. And also when you go over with him to a drugstore, take your time, because you better go with your wife shopping, because it takes 2 hours. He wants to check every bottle, he wants to check the shape. And yeah, it's really creative, and I try to execute at the end his vision on the work floor and also with the projects. Yeah, then Lars, he was coming over with some memories. Without a doubt, when I'm driving to the office, I remember also some times and some things from the time that we were young and grown up here. The first thing I remember is that Lars ran away from home. The guys who know Lars quite well, sometimes he's angry. I have to say, sometimes he's not angry. But most time he is, and he's working very hard to get things done. But there was a time, maybe he was 12 years old, something like that, and he ran away from home. The reason for that was that our mother has painted one of the walls in his room yellow. He was really not amused, and he said, yeah, Mama, I'm leaving, and I'm really crazy with that. And when you look around now in our office, you will see we have purple walls, we have blue walls, so now he chooses by himself, and yeah, he chooses to color all the walls in different colors. So it's quite funny to see that way. Another thing I remember from the time that we were young is that Lars was kicked out of school. Not because he didn't pass his exam, but in the end he always get 9s, or yeah, he passed everything. But he was kicked out of school because he shooting off some firework on the playground. The school director was not that amused and kicked him out of the school. That shows that Lars really likes spectacle, and he still does. If you work with him, you feel the action every day, and he's really come over with ideas and wants to get things done very straightforward. Let me think. When you're looking in the office, or perhaps the best way to understand Lars and also our company is to look around here in the office. We try to combine a beautiful office against a good quality and against competitive prices. That are the 3 main points for us here in the office. But also in our daily business, these 3 points are very important. I will give some examples for these 3 points. When you look in the office here, you will see the inside and the outside is very beautiful. I think there's no doubt for that. When you look to our work daily, we also work to the outside of our products, of course, the shapes and how it looks, and we want to create, as you can see here, a lot of nice things with our customers. But also the inside, the technical details, and the measurements and how it matches with each other, etc. is very important, so that's the inside. The second point you can learn from our office is that we really appreciate good quality. I hope that you agree that the office is quite nice, and the quality is also quite good, as far as I can see. But also in our daily business, of course, the quality is important. And we all know when you get things and products from China, a lot of customers are doubting about that. So we thought about that many years ago. I think it was already started 8 years ago with Hans, and that was not maybe that easy that time, but they learned from that, and in the meantime we set up our own quality system. So we have our own procedures for how to do things, how to control things, and at the end try to deliver according to customers' requirements. When you look to the quality,
Next point.
quality products. I have my notes, one moment. Oh, the L'Oreal thing. Yeah, that's the point. What happened, L'Oreal did also 2 years a kind of due diligence to our company and checked everything, the way we work. They went with us to China, and at the end they chosen for Fasten. So we are really proud on that point. The third point is price. Of course, unfortunately, in our business, the price is very important. And when you look to our office, you hopefully you will not see it, but we have a very limited budget. And at the end, we think we really get it done with our designers and with our engineers, with that limited budget, to have it like this now. We are really proud of that. And also with our products, in our daily business, we try to combine that. So really have a look to what's the customer willing, what can we do, our know-how of production, of materials, that combination will make it happen that we can deliver, quite, we think, beautiful products against competitive prices. So that were the three points. Then basically I want to add another point, because without any optimistic, you will not things getting done at the end. Since Lars is, as far as I know, is the most optimistic guy, business-wise, I know, I will ask him to tell something about the optimism.
Thank you. We were trying this speech and my wife was sitting there and then she said, "You're optimistic." But it's true that it requires a lot of optimism to get things done. Only a nice design, a good quality, a good price is obviously not enough. And what we mean with optimism is not only that we do it in a fun way or we do it in a pleasant way, but we also are always looking for what is happening tomorrow. And we're always trying to find new techniques, new possibilities, new improvements, and keep pushing ourselves to improve things. It also required a lot of optimism when I started 8 years ago, because a lot of people told me it's going to be very difficult or it's not going to be done at all. It also required a lot of optimism when we tried something and then it failed and we had to start over again. And I'm very happy to see that if I leap forward to only 2 months ago, that optimism was still there when we were preparing this event. Because we sat together with our designers, engineers and some salespeople, said, okay, we're going to invite a lot of people in our office and we need to give them something. That was one of the points. And then Jalmar wanted to give you all a bottle of wine. Simple. And then the designer said, no, we cannot give the people a bottle of wine. We need to give them something that relates back to our business, something that has to do with packaging or cosmetics, something that is new, innovative. And then Jalmar said, yeah, we only have 2 months. And we said, well, don't worry, we're going to pull that off. And what we did is we designed a product, it's a hand soap. We designed it with a new production technique and we designed it with a shape that we said 2 months ago we can never make it. And it is a hollow pump head and it has a spiral dip tube. You all will get one when you go home and we hope it gives you the idea of what we are capable of doing with a lot of optimism and a lot of creative ideas. So it's our gift from us for you today. Before I'm going to round off, there's an important thing for me to mention is that the two of us are keeping the speech, and basically because the rest of the employees would not join us. For sure, without all those employees, we would have not gotten here, and it has been quite a tough year for us. We moved in this office last year, December. It was completely in the old style, old furniture, everything was not done. And some of our employees had 2 jobs. One is refurbishing the office and doing their normal job. Some of the employees had to change desks over 6 times over the last 12 months. So it has been a tough time, and I really want to thank all our employees where I see that. We really, really appreciate that. So thank you very much.
Maybe you could help us to take them out.
And last but not least, I want to thank everybody for coming. I hope our office gives you a lot of inspiration to make, first of all, very nice cosmetics, packaging, both, and preferably, obviously, you will be part of that, but as long as you do it, we will be happy. Thank you very much. And the drinks are on that side now. Thank you.
Dankjewel. Ja, dat is goed. Ja, ik zal even...
Ik kwam er net aan. Ik heb nog geen gedaan.